Hello and welcome to another video. Two 140s, my dream. And this video will be about this 140, which is V8 500 SC, and it is M119 engine. In this video I will be talking about overheating issues, which I'm currently expecting, not expecting, but getting from this car. Yeah, I will now get in the interior and show you on the gauge what is the problem. So I wanted to be near the gauge to show you the issues which I'm expecting, and well, basically in short terms, if you drive the car like a grandma till 2000 RPMs, it is okay. If the temperature outside is around 22 degrees or more, the car is not like holding heat. I have changed the radiator, I have changed the thermostat, no leaks coming from the main hoses, pressure is not building up in the system. Well, it is building up, but within limits, well, as far as I know. And yeah, to show you on the gauges what is the current situation. So basically, if I drive the car a lot, especially around the city, I get temperatures over 80 and up till that next notch, which is I think 100 degrees. That would be not an issue, but the issue is when the engine gets so hot, it gets low oil pressure, like it is getting around half a bar of oil pressure when in drive, when the car is fully or even overheating, starting to overheat. You may ask why I'm not like turning on AC to cool down the system. Well, first of all, the AC does not work, and second of all, the fans which are located under the hood are not kicking on when the temperature reaches that 107 degrees. So now we need to conclude some information what could be the possible problem, the culprit of the problem, and which element is failing. Now let's get under the hood. Now we are under the hood, as said, and to show you the current situation, I have replaced the fan clutch, I have replaced the fan blades as seen in my other videos, and I have even replaced the radiator with good used one, the original one. As said previously, the hoses, as you can see, I can push them. There is some pressure in them, but they are not like balloons and not exploding. So fan is good, fan clutch is brand new, not original but brand new. Radiator is clean, I did wash it with pressure washer, the AC radiator and the main radiator. The cap, as you can hear, it is holding pressure, so cap is good. Not sure about the bars or pressures under the cap, but it is holding pressure, and I think it is the main like goodness of it, so it is holding the pressure. So what else could be faulty? As said previously, thermostat has been replaced too. I have flushed the engine with around 60 liters of distilled water. I am still running distilled water because there are some mysterious leaks from the heater core and from the windshield heater under the windshield. And yeah, I don't think the problem is distilled water. My theory, what could be wrong, is the belt tensioner, which is located right here, because as you can see, I just take the belt with my hand, and as you can see the movement inside it moves a lot, and I can basically, as you can see, I can basically take the belt off with my hands. And yeah, I have tried to adjust this thing, which is the like tension rod, and it does not help, and it is over bent already. I don't know if you can see, but yeah, it is bent. It should be straight, but somebody has already tried to fix it with tightening it a lot. So my theory is what? The car heats up, the fan clutch gets tight as it should be when the car is hot, and it creates such a lot of I don't know how in physics it is called, but I think it makes so much tightness on it, so that the belt cannot spin this pulley fully, because the belt is so loose. When this thing gets hot, it needs a lot of energy to turn it, and I think the belt is just slipping on the water pump pulley, or this fan pulley, whatever it is called, and the car is not like cooling off because the pulley is just slipping and it is not getting full energy to cool off the car and to pull fresh air from the outside. So basically yes. And what else makes me think that the belt tensioner is the culprit is that I tried to drift this car. I know it's stupid, you should not do that with 140, but yeah, I tried to drift this car. The engine got very hot, the temperature exceeded 100 degrees, and the power steering that did not work. The steering wheel was like rock hard. So another indicator that the belt just slips. The tensioner is not holding pressure because it is very hot in here. The rubber inside gets looser than now, and the belt just slips. As you can see, here is the power steering pulley and it just slips around it, so it does not make a good contact and the steering wheel gets hard because the fluid is not circulated. So a lot of theories, a lot of talking, but yeah, now we should get to the job and we need to replace it. To replace it, first of all, I will show you what I'm going to use. The part which I'm going to use comes from this company. I have never used parts from this company, but it is probably made in China. I'm not even doubting about it, but to be honest, on that car I did replace this same part, a bit different design, but I changed it with Febi one, and it had the same unit, well, from the looks inside the Febi box. So I think every single of these parts are made in China, and you just get a different brand box for it. So yeah, and I have read on the forums that even original unit like this one failed on a guy's car after a year. So why overspend if you can just buy a Chinese part and hope it will hold? This part shipped cost me 45 euros, so even if it fails, not a big loss. Yeah, to replace this part, as you can see, there is a bolt. I think the bolt head is 19 or 22 millimeters. I will now check. And yeah, the belt can be removed with my hands, shown previously. That's not an issue. And you basically remove this unit, this bolt. It comes out. Hopefully nothing is in the way. And you just throw that shit out and put in a new piece. So let's do it. It was as simple as said. The bolt head is 19 millimeters. As seen here, yeah, you just unbolt this bolt and remove the old unit, and that thing just is put on this slot in the back, so no need to worry about it. Yeah, there's some kind of a shim. Make sure to put it back where it came from. And yeah, what can we see here is old unit. Let's check if it is original or not. I don't see any Mercedes stampings, so I'm guessing it has been replaced previously. Whatever, Germany. Yes, maybe it is original. Well, I don't care, to be honest. Yeah, the main thing is that it matches the new one, and yeah, we should now install the new one. And the belt, I just pulled it off, and the fan blade, this ring, I just took it aside, so it is not getting in the way. Yeah, what I should do now is to remove this thing and to try to straighten it, because yeah, it should be straight, not bent like that. And if it is straight, I think it will help to tightening the new belt tensioner. So we'll get it removed and straighten it somehow with a hammer maybe. Here is a before and here is the after. Yes, I know it is still not 100% straight, but it is better than it has been ever. Maybe. And if I want to buy this part new, it is not available, so I got to work with what I have here. And just like that, I have replaced the unit. Everything is very greasy here, everything is not comfortable to work with here, but I did install it. Well, I don't even know what to explain to you. Yes, this rod needs to be placed like that on the tensioner, so the part is on this side, the rod, so it tensions down and pulls this pulley upwards. And yeah, before you tension, you must leave this bolt not fully tightened, this 19mm one, and when you tension the belt, then just tighten down this shit. I once broke the rod on that car because I did not know that that is necessary. So yeah, basically now the belt is tight. As you can see, it can be twisted, but not too much. And pulling the belt, it is moving, but not as much as before. So I think there are some improvements, and the best way to test it is to go for a test drive, which I will now do. I need to go across the city, red lights and shit like that. So I will test it and get back to you after a drive. It is the next day, and now I can conclude the operation belt tensioner. What can I say is that changing the belt tensioner helped a lot, because I drove yesterday for a few hours in the city and even today, and as you can see, the temperature is within the range, within the normal range, and it does not go higher than that. Okay, yesterday I was driving around in the evening around a lot on the red lights. It got up till 90 degrees or a bit under 100, and it never went up. But previously, if I would drive in a style like that, it would definitely go up. So what can I say? The belt tensioner fixed the issue. The now concerning thing is that the oil pressure is still very low when the car is hot at the operating temperature, but that is not like in the cooling system of the coolant, let's say that way. It is already a different system. It is engine related, maybe oil radiator is blocked off or something, but yeah, that's for another video. But for this video, yeah, what can I say, it's very nice to see that I could find the issue, and yeah, small parts can cause huge problems. Yeah, how did I figure it out? Well, I said previously, but if you turn on your brain, you can do a lot of things. I'm not saying that people are stupid, but yeah, anyway, I'm glad I figured it out. 45 euro question. I still need to replace the V-belt because the old one is very bad. And yeah, issue solved. Car is not overheating, and yeah, have a nice evening like I do with rainy weather, and see you in the next video.